What do Rosie O'Donnell, Abraham Lincoln, and nursing homes have in common? Absolutely nothing, but we're going to report on it anyways, tonight on MU180.
With five-time Emmy Award-losing lead anchor Kevin Ellis, Marco Bichinich, weather, Zach Myers, sports, and your reporters from the field, Roberto Vaquero and Trayvon Wesley. It's MU180 at 7 o'clock.
In local news, the Milwaukee Sewage Treatment Plant is beginning tours of the facility starting this week. People will be able to see how our poop is treated, how our poop is cleaned, and how the water surrounded by our poop becomes clean enough to reuse. It's a fascinating tour, and you won't want to miss it. Tickets are sold in dollar amounts, only starting with the number 2. Now we have a special report on this day in 1860. This day in 1860. On this day in 1860, Abraham Lincoln, at the age of 50, fought a pack of wild bears with his bare hands, and, well, he killed one. And that's your day in 1860. And finally, in financial news, stocks for Kentucky Fried Chicken fell to record lows today upon the announcement that Rosie O'Donnell is joining Weight Watchers. As O'Donnell provides 50% of its annual revenue to KFC, the company will likely go under in the coming months. We now turn it to Kira Collins, who's standing by at Valley View Nursing Home in Bloomington, Arizona, where a hostage crisis has been ongoing for 5 hours. Kira, tell us what you know.
Well, Kevin, I'm currently in the lobby of the nursing home where a hostage crisis is taking place 2 floors above me. 3 hostages are currently believed to be held in the game room of this very nursing home. The hostage takers are believed to be 95-year-old Gladys Johnson and 87-year-old Susan Simmons. They're believed to be armed with the World War II rifles their husbands brought back from Germany in 1945.
Nothing worse than grannies with guns. Do you know how this started?
What I've been told is that Mrs. Johnson and Simmons were set off by nursing home management's attempt to decrease bingo hours from 5 hours to 4 hours on Tuesdays. We were also told a couple of minutes ago that there's a second hostage crisis in the cafeteria, led by Father John and Colonel Hayes, who are not too happy about the switch from white to wheat bread.
A pretty understandable uprising, if you ask me. Other than changing these controversial policies back to the way they were, do you know of any other demands that the seniors are making?
Gladys came over the intercom about 30 minutes ago demanding pot roast to be served every Wednesday night instead of chicken noodle soup. She also demanded that a nurse come to the game room in order to assist Mrs. Simmons to go to the bathroom. Otherwise, she would kill the first hostage.
Fair demands for what appears to be a very peaceful hostage situation. Thank you for your report, Kira. And when we return, we will have your weekly weather report, so stay tuned. Welcome back. Next, we have the most talented weather predictor west of Lake Michigan and east of Madison, Wisconsin. It's Marco.
Put the kids to bed and break out the cocktail weenies. We're going to talk about the weather. Last night in Guam, there was thunder, there was lightning, and there was snow. A rather robust weather system made its way down from Alaska. Over 2/3 of the state farted in the exact same direction at the same time in what Inuit spokespersons say was a completely random and unplanned incident, although likely the result of a 5-day moose cheese binge that the entire state had participated in celebration of Hukchuk Flukbuk, the Eskimo holy day of lard. This break in the wind caused the entire weather system to begin drifting south, where Pacific Ocean currents caught hold of it and began to move the storm west, where it ran into a thunderstorm that got it past the equator and into the Guam party. The pressure system around Guam was all like, "Who's this guy?" And the thunderstorm goes, "He's with me, man, he's cool." And they let him in, right? So they get drunk, they start dancing, one thing leads to another. Yeah. Guam has since issued a severe weather warning. They told the weather not to do that again or there would be trouble. The rain in Kentucky has now moved on to Danville, where last night a man was arrested for making an unauthorized deposit in a sperm bank. Moving on to Texas, Marcone Dapper, a wealthy clothing executive, died today at the age of 87. His death was not a peaceful one, however, as he died while hang gliding in a tornado, which is why I can talk about it on the weather. An interesting astrological note, scientists say that next week Wednesday will occur twice. This is a phenomenon that occurs only once every 12,000 years, and while the reason is unclear, experts say that they're glad to have an extra day to figure it out. The coast of Argentina is about to be hit by a hurricane caused by a low pressure system and the spitfire between Mitt Romney and Barack Obama. In related news, moving slightly north to Bolivia, we have reports from our weather center there that the humidity is rising, the barometer's getting low, and tonight, for the first time, at just about 10:30, for the first time in history, it's gonna start raining men. Hallelujah. It was bright and sunny in Switzerland, where the finals of the international sword swallowing competitions were held today. Judges say that the level of competition this year was especially fierce, and that the results will be announced as soon as they are able to pull the winners off from the platform. There was a tragic earthquake today in Beirut, where 17 people were killed and as many as 200 were wounded. But among this tragedy, there are still tales of hope. I found a man's wallet, look. Moving back home, it's been raining cats and dogs all day here in the western half of Milwaukee, although this is due mainly to a disgruntled member of our tech support staff throwing them off of a roof. It was brighter towards the lake, although there have been reports of a mystery man loitering down by the water who may turn out to be me. Don't make the same mistake I did. Nudists aren't welcome on every beach. Finally, a few more temperatures from around the country: 73, 64, 79, 43, 62, 81, and 57. That's the weather. And remember, it's always sunny in Philadelphia.
Thank you very much for that, Marco. And now we turn it on over to Zachary, who is going to do sports right now.
Hey, this is Zach, and welcome to Spoof. On Sunday, Tim Tebow officially quit football to join the monastery. He said that Tebowing just wasn't enough to praise God for him. Sticking with football, the NFL referee lockout ended because Barack Obama mentioned it. Yes, Obama, we really care what you have to say about the NFL. Might as well just stick to basketball. The Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday turned the ball over 6 times in one game to the San Diego Chargers, said Norv Turner, head coach of the Chargers, after the game. Yeah, we put the butter on the football. Well, then he went on to question where he was. The Minnesota Vikings beat the Detroit Lions on Sunday 20-13. The state of Minnesota has declared a state of emergency because many elderly people are having heart attacks out of shock that their team is winning games. Last Friday, the World Bocce Ball Tournament took place. No one knows who won because no one cares. In baseball news, the Atlanta Braves honored Chipper Jones on Friday for being with the club since 1993. The Atlanta Braves get to him by changing his normal 7th-inning stretch to a 7th-inning nap. The Baltimore Orioles' flight on Sunday had to make an emergency landing on their way to play the Tampa Bay Rays. Police suspect the Yankees are behind it. Marquette is hosting the 2012 Big East Championship for women's volleyball. Marquette plans on using our tuition money to ensure a victory for the Golden Eagles. That explains the tuition increase this year. Finally, this week marks the first of our feature, Sports That Should Exist, But Don't, Yet. Today's featured sport is called Kring. In this sport, the competitors participate by standing on stationary chairs and must pass a hula hoop between each other while jump roping. 2 teams compete. Whichever team can jump rope the longest while continuously passing the hula hoop wins. For bonus seconds, teams can eat chocolate-covered fried pickles while reciting the Declaration of Independence. And they say poker isn't, and that's it.
During our commercial break, we'll be playing some Kring in the studio, but don't go anywhere. Welcome back. I'm going to turn it on over to this guy right here, Gilberto, our special correspondent.
We interrupt this special broadcast to bring you live Trayvon Wesley. Wesley, you are in the field, is that correct?
Yes, I am, Gilberto.
Thank you very much.
Hello, MUTV, and I'm live at the scene tonight. This event is so epic. It's being covered all over NBC, Fox, CBS, but we have the scoop for you. As you can, yes.
Are you aware that stuff is happening behind you, Trayvon?
Well, as you can see, parents are running muckus trying to find their young children, and the birds are flying south. TMZ station is calling this the biggest news story since 9/11.
Trayvon,
yes.
Have you, in fact, participated in what is happening right now?
Actually, no, but we are calling this the biggest story since Titanic. The world is frightened, and the president is trying to be contacted to tell us what's exactly
It looks like a
going
party
on
out there, Trayvon.
A party out here?
Yes.
Okay, So I'm aware that there's a lot of running, there's a lot of people being afraid. Could you,
There's a lot of people, I can tell you that. There's a lot of people out there. I don't know if
you know what,
they're
Gilbert, this feels real. I've never in
coherent
my
right
life.
now, but there's a lot of people out there,
I've never
Trayvon.
in my life seen something like this. My knees
Trayvon,
are shaking.
Do you think they need medical attention?
I think so. Honestly, I think I'm at a hospital right now. It's a bomb.
No, Trayvon, I
It's a
just think they
bomb.
need some psychiatric help is what they need.
We're at a psychology station, and actually,
They seem to be moving around a lot, Trayvon.
it's an earthquake that's occurring
Do you
at
know
this
what it
very
is,
moment.
Trayvon?
Actually, we're at a place where there are people running around and they need help.
They are
because they're
running around,
sick.
Trayvon.
They're sick, and we're at a hospital. Thank you, Gilbert. Thank you so much for this. And this is Trayvon, and I've covered this. Hope you have the scoop tonight. We're MUTV 180. I hope you liked it. Thank you.
Riveting. Riveting stories, fantastic reporting, and real people are on this show. No zombies or robots. This is a newsroom. And so, thanks for being with us tonight, and we'll see you next time. I'm Kevin Ellis, and, oh, wait, no, we're going to Alberto.
Thank you very much, Kevin Ellis. Thank you for not forgetting about me. We have back here, a lot of action. Yeah, over here and over here. You see, I wanted to participate, but I thought of myself a little bit too high-end class for this, but I wasn't sure.
Actually, Gilberto, can you tell us exactly what you feel right now?
I'm feeling free. I'm feeling so free.
Why do you think they will result to that physical activity as they do?
I think that I should participate, but obviously I'm not wearing the attire for it.
And do you think height will be a factor?
I do believe that it could be, since I am a little bit taller than most people sometimes.
Now, do you think the constraints that they're in will aid them in what they're trying to do tonight?
I think that these people behind me are more than capable of doing what they need to do, with or without me, but I'm more than willing to help.
Do you think the person, although also in there with them, will help them, I don't know, referee what's going on?
Maybe. I could be the referee if that's what they need.
I don't know, Gilbert, can you?
I can.
Okay, Gilbert, why don't you try to tell us what's exactly going on behind there for the viewers?
I believe it's either a soccer game or a football game or cheerleaders jumping on top of everyone.
Really? Are there a lot of short people in a soccer game or football game?
There's
Gilbert?
maybe midget soccer.
Okay.
I would not mind refereeing
Close enough,
soccer.
close enough. Now, why do you think these midgets, what do you think they're doing?
I think they are wrestling or jumping on lily pads and
Thank you.
going on their merry way.
Thank you, Gilbert. That has helped us. And back to Kevin.
I don't know what's going on anymore, but that's our show tonight. We thank you for being with us, and have a classy Tuesday.